Now, from being an actor, a public servant, and now a host, former Manila Mayor and Presidential candidate Isko Moreno is now taking over the internet.
That's right, Christine. Yorme recently released a talk show via streaming site YouTube, of course, called Iskovery Night. Now, how did this all come about?
Well, we'll hear from the man himself. Former Mayor Isko Moreno joins us now live in the studio. Good morning. Such
Good morning,
an honor.
Yorme.
Wow, what a big day for us to have you come and visit us so early in the morning.
Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you, Paolo. I'm honored to be here and thank you for the invitation.
Ayan.
And sa lahat ng viewers, good morning.
Ayan, good morning. At syempre, last year, you were so busy, di ba, campaigning sa iyong election bid, for being president of the country. How have you been since the elections?
I had more time with kids, with the family.
Ibang-ibang aura mo.
Diba? Mas
fresh,
relax, ano?
Fresh, rested.
Siyempre, you have to understand, napaka-rigorous ng kampanya, stressful, mentally, physically. You have to endure those things. And after everything, relax na.
Okay.
Tapos yun, move on kagad.
But your life has always been so busy. You've always been doing so many things. So how is it for you now na medyo relax ka ng konti? Parang, are you itching and dying to do so many things now?
Yeah, hindi lang ako sanay na napipirme or still, yung wala lang. So try to make use of time and some resources and ideas that can be shared. And now I'm happy going back to my roots.
Yes.
Yung nagbigay sa akin ng tsansa na makaangat sa buhay, which is showbiz.
Mismo. What is the biggest lesson that you learned, Yorme? I mean, considering the rigors of this election campaign and the years, decades that really you poured into politics, ano yung biggest lesson coming from that into this new chapter in your life now?
Well, napakaganda ng Pilipinas. I think that's the biggest lesson.
Yes.
Learning different places, culture, and see the far-flung areas on how the country is so beautiful. And I think that is a take for me. Not everyone will be given a chance to visit almost the entire country.
And finally now, may oras ka.
And with that, then we share that to others on some aspect in a conversation or maybe in a talk show or like this.
And speaking of talk show, Iskovery Nights aired already last Friday.
Last Friday,
Okay.
our premiere with my channel, Iskovery Night, and I'm grateful to Mr. Coco Martin.
Bigatin ang mga nag-guest.
Nakakatuwa naman na pinakiusapan ko sila. I called them personally. And tonight, si Vice Ganda.
What made you think of putting this Iskovery Nights together?
The show is about, iniisip ko kasi, parang ang hirap ng buhay ng tao. We've seen that in the country. No? Para bang, isip tayong show na it can be an inspirational, pero gusto ko light. Parang lang yung inspiration, hindi siya hinuhugot. Gusto ko parang kukwentuhan lang tayong ganito, tapos bigla na lang tayong, yun na, yung mga hugot natin sa buhay. And the same stories ng general, most of the general public is being told by 2 or 3 person in a camera. Yun yung Iskovery Night.
How do you choose your guests? Or how will you choose your future guests as well?
Random.
Okay.
Random yan. I thank Punto for that matter and the creative team. Nagdi-discuss kami. Tingnan mo nga, tirahin natin to si tingnan mo, imbitahan mo.
Pag sinabi mong the creative team, who are you collaborating with on this project? Yeah.
We have a team. Another thing putting up the show is we know for a fact that some of our employees behind the camera lost their job a few months ago. I mean, more than a year ago, no? And sabi ko, sige, sila na rin kunin natin. Mga batikan na yan sa broadcast. No? So I'm happy to be with them and Punto, it's a consultancy company. Kinausap ko rin sila na kung pwede mag-collaborate tayo. Ito yung idea ko, pero baka mapino nyo. So, doon lang nagsimula lahat yon.
You're no stranger, Yorme, of course, to the entertainment scene, to show business. But digital distribution and the platform of YouTube, napaka-unique nito eh. Bagong-bago, it's new ground for you, and it must be something, panibagong pag-aaralan na naman to.
Tama ka, Paulo. Sobrang hirap. No? It's really hard to navigate the algorithm or the digital world. No? Unlike in fixed TV or fixed channel like CNN, no, for that matter, you just play the show and hopefully the ratings will go up.
Yes.
No, or will be shown. Sa digital, very challenging siya. So you need a lot of patience. And I'm fortunate that I think the other day, I spoke with one of the executive of YouTube. Very accommodating naman sila, tumutulong sila. So it's a learning process for me and with my kids.
They're probably the experts.
Yes.
Hopefully, maka-adjust ka agad sila. It's hard, but so far, I'm learning, and marami akong natutunan.
Well, I guess you also had a little taste of that, yung digital aspect during your campaign, bilang presidente and whatnot. What is the one thing that you miss the most of your political career? If you miss anything at all.
This time of the year is very busy.
Alam mo, kanina, di ba, Pao, habang nag-i-interview kayo about Chinatown, New Year. Tama si Paulo. By this time, I know you're very busy. Hindi na kami papakalinga. Security, events.
Abala si Yorme, I'm sure.
Hanggang sa tumiklop ang araw. Matapos ang araw. So, yun yung usually yung pinagkakaabalahan mo. And of course, I'm minimum basic guy. I'm always busy addressing the minimum basic needs. So most likely I'm attending to those things. But I'm happy that Mayor Lacuna now is doing and continuing those things that beneficial sa tao. Happy na ako ng ganun. Napapanood ko sila.
Okay, speaking of, now in your new role as the talk show host of the town, sino ba ang naka-line up dyan? I-guess mo ba si Mayor Lacuna? Is that a possibility?
It can be anybody.
Yes.
Any personality na pwede namin makausap can be a guest. Well, hindi kami nakakahon. But one good thing, is marami kaming elbow room to choose the guests. Tapos medyo open yung discussion. Kasi di ba pag broadcast, you have MTRCB and so on and so forth. Medyo may kahon yun eh. But in this case, mas magaang ang usapan.
It's a brave new world, digital. It really is. It really is.
And Vice Ganda will be on tonight.
Tonight we'll stream again at 11 p.m. It's every Friday, weekly show. Ngayon si Vice Ganda. Si Vice Ganda.
And speaking of the future, before we ask you to invite everybody to come and watch your show, Iskovery Night, what's the future? Do you have a film that will be coming out soon?
In fact, it's the other way around. I was thinking, kasi nga, looking back and paying it forward, really, I wanted to, we created Scott Media. And Scott Media is really about your creative space. It's being offered to any creators to be welcome in our office, to use the facility for a fraction of the cost. At the same time, the business model is to really produce content, but being shown to the digital world. Cost efficient and wider audience, most likely. But we're still navigating it. And yes, we might do films. It can be short or the regular featured film.
But we heard that also you're doing the Ninoy Aquino film. Is that
Yeah.
coming out?
Si Direk Daryl went to me and asked me, can you make these scenes? Just a few scenes.
All right.
And he said, it's a factual scenario. So it happened. Kasi I don't want to be part of something baka lang mamaya ma-misinterpret ng iba. But in this case, in fairness to him, these two situation really transpired.
Yes.
Now, what happened during that scene is another story for a storyteller.
There you go.
Those
Something-
stories are best told by people like you and people like your company, still continuously
Yes.
finding ways to help everybody else, this time in the field of digital content creation
Yes.
and of course entertainment and movies.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Christine.
being with us. You know,
Thank
but
you.
nandito si Isko, kailangan isang oras talaga yung kwentuhan natin with you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being
thank you,
with us
thank
this
you, thank you.
morning. Of course, former Mayor Isko Moreno.